Today we're taking the pencils and sketch pad out into the wilderness. We are touching grass today, people. The Sculpture Walk, or Sculpture Park as it was first known, came to fruition in Burlington, Massachusetts in the summer of 2020. I don't think it's bold of me to say it was one of the few positive developments of that year. I low-key love this little addition to my hometown, and today I thought, let's enjoy this nice summer Saturday, head to the town common, and draw some of these sculptures. The first one is one of the oldest sculptures in the collection, Havoc the Dog by Dale Rogers, who was named after a retired Burlington police dog. I think many New Englanders might recognize Havoc. There are a lot of his brothers and sisters around the state, and there's actually one off 495 close to the Mass and New Hampshire border. I know he's named after a police dog, but I didn't want to draw him as a police dog because to me that would be too Paw Patrol in my mind. But I'll give him a little bandana to give him a heroic look like Thunderbolt from 101 Dalmatians. And the wind just low-key exposed this is my second attempt at drawing this guy. Oh well. Also, just watching this back, I probably should have put some sunscreen on. As far as the bone through his torso, I treat it like a unique birthmark, again drawing inspiration from a Disney dog, Bolt from the same name 2008 film. Alright, here is the finished drawing of Havoc, and here he is colored and cleaned up in Photoshop. Next up is Follow Your Heart by Mark Hooley. I apologize if I mispronounced that. And like Havoc, Follow Your Heart is from the original park in 2020. On the Burlington Public Arts Committee website, Mark says, "This figure reaches out to follow her heart. He strides with confidence and with sight on the possibilities. He is the everyman or woman with a dream, every artist that ventures beyond security, the astronaut and inventor, the dreamer. It is about faith in oneself." I love how such a simple sculpture has such an impactful message behind it. I think it's one of my favorite pieces in the collection. And I didn't even know that was the meaning behind it when I started drawing this. I saw him as a little superhero version of Cupid, spreading the power of love to those around him. The base I sort of imagine is the streak of light as he flies through the sky. Think when the Powerpuff Girls were flying in the old animated series. And for a little extra flair, I gave him a bow tie and a cape. And here he is, the finished... Oh, sassy hands. All right, Chris. Anyway, here is the rough drawing, and here is the final picture. This next sculpture, Lovebirds, is also by Dale Rogers and was donated in 2021 by Maureen Wall in memory of her parents Tom and Florence Murray. The cardinal has long been said to be the spirit of a loved one visiting us after they've passed away. I'm staying pretty close to the sculpture with this drawing, but with one exception. I sort of see the heart as a tree for these two lovebirds. It reminds me of that final shot from the bongo portion of the Disney film Fun and Fancy Free. That's the 1947 package feature that would give the world Mickey and the Beanstalk. I'm giving the heart a little more details like lines for bark and grass around the base. Okay, now it's time to draw the bird. Hey, buddy, move. Move. They want to see you draw, not slowly shift to a salt and pepper look. He's still learning. I'll cut him some slack. Dude, move, you're embarrassing me. Move. Move. Move, there we go. Yeesh. Alright, here is the finished drawing, and here is the finalized picture. Next up is Edwin the Hungry Dragon by Brian McQuillian. I again apologize for mispronunciations. Edwin came to town in 2024. For context, sculptures are on lease in town every 2 years, but in some cases, pieces become so popular with the community, the Public Arts Committee strives to raise funds to keep them here. Edwin just recently found his forever home here, thanks to the committee's fundraising efforts and the generosity of his sculptor. I'm glad Edwin got to stay in town and this didn't turn into a bittersweet send-off to him. Him and I go way back. Edwin's body is metal pieces of various sizes welded together, so I definitely get a mechanical dragon vibe for this drawing. A lot of the details I will add later in Photoshop. The ears aren't exactly accurate, but c'est la vie. I wouldn't say I was inspired by this, but Edwin conjures up memories of the Donald Duck short, Dragon Around, where Chip and Dale mistake Donald's steam shovel for a dragon. Maybe Brian saw that short too. Actually, now that I think about it, he kind of reminds me a little bit of the Reluctant Dragon. I'm sorry, I'm throwing a lot of Disney deep cuts at you. When I was filming, a bird actually stopped by to admire Edwin, which is why I'm adding one in here. But here is the finished drawing, and here is the finalized picture. Now on my way home, I decided to draw Lumen the Dragonfly by Barbara Fletcher, but in my haste, I didn't set up my drawing shot properly, so it's out of focus. So just enjoy this nice wide shot while I talk for a minute. Lumen came to the sculpture park in 2022, and this is Barbara's first foray into using metal in her work as a sculptor. And Ron Weed built the stand he sits upon so it looks like Lumen is actually flying around the common. When I decided to draw him, I sort of imagined a cross between Iron Man and the Pokemon Yanma, but I'll let you decide if that comes through. But here is my drawing of Lumen, and here is the finalized picture. Now I have one more to share. I decided to draw a little family portrait of all the sculptures together. I'll have everybody gather at the lovebirds trees, and we'll put lovable little Edwin poking through the middle, still munching on his flowers. And we'll have Havoc and Follow Your Heart sit down below. And I'm not gonna lie, I think this is one of my favorite drawings I've ever done. Alright, here it is. And now let's add the colors. Oh, and we can't forget about Lumen too. Thanks for watching. This video was naturally a little bit longer than the last two, but I hope you enjoyed seeing these sculptures turn into drawings. I don't have my next drawing video planned, but if you have anything you'd like to see me draw, or if you know of any other public art I should take a look at, let me know. And don't forget to check out my Instagram and website. I hope you enjoy the rest of your summer, and until next time.